name is George Washington.
And I'm Martha Washington. George and I are here to tell you the marvelous story of how our country began. It's with excitement and drama.
Dreams of gold, clash of nations.
And best of all, we get to play the starring roles. Oh, George, I never get tired of this. The bright lights, the photographers, just makes me want to salute something.
I leave Earth and claim this land for me and all the Vikings. Excuse me, but we're starting a show here? I know. I visited America nearly 1,000 years ago. I want some credit for being part of the 13 colonies. I was here first. No, you weren't. I wasn't?
Not at all. Native Americans came hundreds of years before you arrived. Isn't that right, George?
Oh, sorry. Come on, man. Back to Minnesota. In fact, let's take a visit to the eastern seaboard in the 16th century and see what's going on with some of those local tribes.
Here comes some Iroquois, and George, they don't look happy.
No
got a splinter from his wooden dentures and is getting his gums massaged. Isn't that remarkable? Now, where were we? Oh yes, the 1600s brought the British to America. You know what that means. Jamestown, John Smith, Pocahontas. You know the story, you've seen the movie, and you've brought the product tie-ins. Life was tough for the first pioneers as they pushed out onto the frontiers. Let's get up close and personal with a young boy and girl. Welcome, pioneer boy and girl. Tell me, what's your life like?
Out of bed, but I'm still asleep. Cut potatoes to feed the sheep. Got no shoes, but I'm out the door. Bringing wood and once more.
Sunrise, sunset, gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset, not much time for play.
Lots to do, there's no time for school. Picking berries and spinning wool. Feed the hens and learn how to sew. Weed the garden so our veggies grow.
Sunrise, sunset, gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset, not much time for play.
Gone all day as I tend the herds. I just talk to the trees and birds. Help my mom make all the bread. Evening comes and the grounds are bed.
Sunrise, sunset, gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset, not much time for play. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset, not much time for play.
Welcome to Name That Colony, the quiz show that tests your knowledge of colonial trivia. Time for our theme song from the Name That Colony singers.
The colonies of Hampshire, York, and Jersey are quite new. We're all aware that Delaware is something special too. Maryland's a very land I never leave behind. Connecticut is cool and Georgia's always on my mind. Jamestown, Virginia is where it all began. The Carolinas, so warm we got a tan. Rhode Island now is my land, it's so tiny and so cute. Pennsylvania's perfect, Massachusetts is a beaut. These 13 colonies are all we need for pioneers. I doubt we'll need another one for several hundred years.
Tonight's contestants are Betsy, Jessie, and Frida. Okay, here we go. Ready? The 13th colony established in 1732. Which one was it? Idaho. No, I'm sorry. Idaho is not one of the 13 colonies. The name of the 13th colony established in 1732 is Georgia. I really like potatoes. I'm sure you do. But you only have 2 questions left, so try to concentrate. The first colony to decree religious toleration was Idaho. No, Betsy. Idaho was not one of the original colonies. Are you sure you get the premise of our game? Name that colony. Get it? Think of some place near the East Coast. You can't go wrong with good eye potato. I mean, you can mash them, bake them, smear with a little chocolate and whipped cream. Thank you, Betsy. The correct answer to our question, the first colony to decree religious toleration was Maryland. Okay, time for our last question. I'd really like to see one of you get this one. Okay, here we go. Ready? Name the colony founded as a refuge for Quakers, led by William Penn in Philadelphia, chartered in 1682 between New York and Maryland. And Betsy, it's not Idaho. Got the answer? Idaho! No!
I really love those potatoes.
Forget it, I quit. Cut.
Thank you. It's great to be back. What a super audience. You know, Martha, I always said that Santa Clarita audiences are the best in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Your smile looks wonderful, George. It's amazing what they can do with mahogany these days.
I thought I'd introduce you to perhaps one of the most famous men in the 18th century. Benjamin Franklin was perhaps.
Hold it right there, Mr. Washington.
Who are you? We're the history police.
The History Police? I don't believe I'm familiar with your organization.
That's right, man. History police. And we're here to make sure that you don't mess around with history.
We enforce the facts of history, and we just clocked the two of you going pretty fast there a minute ago. Pretty fast. 150 years of American history in just 5 minutes. Way over the speed limit.
You flew right past the development. 1 minute we're on the frontier. The next we've got 13 firmly established.
We only have 25 minutes to get through this.
And then you're suddenly introducing Benjamin Franklin, having no respect for the flow of history.
I'm sorry, but
But we like you. So we're going to let you go with a warning this time.
This time, but you better slow down. Explain to your audience what's going on. It won't be so easy on you next time.
We were very lucky, George. I had no idea.
oh, here's Ben now. Ben, can you step on top for a minute?
Penny saved is a penny earned.
Sure, Ben. I was just wondering if you can stop and talk.
Lost time is never found again.
Ben, could you just stop for a minute to talk?
I've got my work, I've got success. I've got my little printing press. I've got poor Richard's almanac to publish too. My boxes flow, they're worded right. I've got my sting, I've got my kite. I'm sorry, but I simply got a million things to do. Little strokes of fell gray oaks. Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. I'm a walking book of famous quotes. I know somebody here is taking notes. My Franklin stove is really hot. I hope my fire department's not. As postmaster, I've got to see the mail gets through. What's lightning like? What could it be? I know Sir will find the key. I'm sorry, but I simply got a million things to do. God helps them that help themselves. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Vessels large may venture more, but little boats should keep near shore. Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. You don't think I have time to stop and chat when I keep coming up with things like that? So off I go to something new. We biscuits have so much to do. I'm sorry, but I simply got a million things to do. I'm sorry, but I simply got a million things to do.
why we British are fighting this French and Canadian war. It's our religion.
No, I'm telling you, it's simply over the control of the fur trade.
You're both wrong. We want land, the French want land. Something's gotta give.
It's religion.
Trading rights.
It's a fight for power.
Wait, maybe we're all right, but I know why we're really fighting.
Why?
Because we're British and they're so, how do you say it? French.
Yeah, that's it.
They wear hardly anything on our fine beaches. They eat things like goose liver, snails, and quiches. They jump in our kitchens and think they are the bosses. They smear all our meat with all kinds of rich sauces. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight and say I do. You can bet your shackle the French have got to go. They don't understand what we're trying to say. We order someone when they bring us souffle. We tell them it's casual if they still wear ties. We serve them some chips and they ask for French fries. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight and say I do. You can bet your shackle the French have got to go. The French have got to go.
All right, here we are in cold night in Boston in 1773.
Hold it right there.
You're a troublemaker,
Mr. Peace again?
You're a troublemaker, aren't you, Mr. Washington?
Having a little fun with the French and Indian War, were we?
Well, history's not about fun, Mr. Washington. No, sirree.
No, sirree. Where's the facts, the dates, the family trees?
You've got to explain things. Tell your audience that after the French were defeated in the war, that the British and the colonists were left for control of land.
Control of land, Mr. Washington. We're not going to warn you again.
Ooh, that was a close one. All right, here we are again in Boston, a cold night in 1773. The colonists are not happy with British rule.
Go, kids, go here. Let's go. Let's go, Pips here.
Wait a minute, I'll have one of those.
Say, aren't you Samuel Adams?
Yes, I am. This is my cousin John Adams and his wife Abigail Adams, and she's holding little John Quincy Adams.
So you're the Adams family?
Yes, we are.
Mister,
Excuse me?
since when did upper crust colonists like yourself start drinking soda and stop drinking tea?
Since the Parliament back in England put a tax on all imported tea, we're going to show the British that they can't get away with this.
Bang on the drums, blow on the trumpets, get out some cups, bring out some crumpets. Where is the tea we should be drinking? 300 chests, see them all sinking. One lump or two. How do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo, tyranny's here with this taxation when we don't have representation. Pick up a bell, it's time to ring it.
Longfellow's working on a poem.
This is a special moment, Martha. Longfellow's trying to write an epic poem about Sybil.
That's it. Cuff him. What did I do now?
What did you do? Why you skip the whole beginning of the Revolutionary War?
Here we are in the middle of the colonists' fight for freedom from the British rule. You can't just start in the middle.
Where's your narrative sense? The beginning, the middle, then the end.
And here we are in 1777 with the little-known Revolutionary War. You can't just start in the middle. Like, we're talking to the heroine Sybil Waddington talking to the great American poet Longfellow.
And he wasn't even born until 30 years later. Book him down.
But it's dramatic license. We're revoking that license, mister.
But Longfellow's right there talking to Sybil Luddington.
Listen, my children, and you shall learn a ton of the midnight ride of Sybil Luddington. I don't know, Sybil, it doesn't sound very good.
But I deserve a little recognition, Hank. I did everything Paul Revere did.
I know, but your name just doesn't flow. And besides, Paul Revere went on his midnight ride first.
But that was in Massachusetts. I rode to one that was in New York. Think of how much more dangerous that could be?
Okay, how about, listen, my children, and you shall know the one of the midnight ride of Sybil Luddington. No, that sounds even worse.
Shouldn't people know about me too?
Of course, but your name just doesn't rhyme with anything. Think of Revere, there's so many possibilities. Clear, career, hemisphere.
But I was a girl. That's something, isn't it?
Volunteer, wood veneer.
Oh, I'll never be famous.
40 long miles on a horse in the dark isn't exactly a walk in the park. I stop at each house and I bang on the door. I tell them the British are coming once more. Sybil Luddington, Sybil we cheer. Sybil Luddington, glad you came here. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like Revere. You'll miss the folk songs and textbooks we hear. 16 years old and I ride through the night. One on this jug, get ready to fight. The British are coming, I yell at each door. Sybil, they tell me we've heard it before. Sybil Luddington, Sybil we cheer. Sybil Luddington, glad you came here. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like Revere. You'll miss the folk songs and textbooks we fear. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like Revere. You'll miss the folk songs and textbooks we fear.
Sybil was just one of thousands of colonial heroes in the war. I like to think I myself, George Washington, had some small part in it all. I mean, I was the general, the first president, the father of the country, but the colonists were ready to fight for freedom.
It's our Revolutionary War. It's independence we're fighting for. We got tired of mad King George's reign.
It's our Revolutionary War. It's independence we're fighting for. We got tired of mad King George's reign. We got common sense from Thomas Paine.
Well, it's all over now, and the colonists have sent the British packing. I've been elected the country's first president, and my first act was to arrest these two history police scoundrels for being a public nuisance.
I regret that I put one life to destroy my country.
The president's not going to execute us. He isn't? No.
I knew that.
With a solid constitution, this new country will get off to a flying start. Let's end our review of the 13 colonies with a chat with James Madison, the man behind the Constitution.
You know, I always thought the Constitution was perfect, but I've got to admit, this Bill of Rights adds just the right touch. So come on, George, Martha, let's do it!
Do what?
Let's boogie with the Bill of Rights! We got freedom of religion, we can choose how we pray. We got freedom of assembly, so assemble away. Got a trial by a jury, gotta do it in a hurry. Come on, boogie with the Bill of Rights. It's the Bill of Rights, so it can't be wrong. We will amend to 10 and then dance along. Come on, boogie with the Bill of Rights. Got a right to an attorney, he'll work on your behalf. There's no quartering of soldiers, so just cut them in half. It's the perfect resolution to our living Constitution. Come on, boogie with the Bill of Rights. It's the Bill of Rights, so it can't be wrong. We will amend to 10 and then dance along. Come on, boogie with the Bill of Rights. It's the perfect resolution to our living Constitution. Come on, boogie with the Bill of Rights. It's the Bill of Rights, so it can't be wrong. We will amend to 10 and then dance along. What time is it? Come on, boogie with the Bill of Rights. Come on, boogie with the Bill of Rights.
Thank you for coming, and we are going to enjoy the rest of the day. I know some of you are coming back to help us with our colonial stations, but they worked really hard, and we are very proud of them. Thank you, Ms. Isles and Mr. George.
And a big thank you to Mrs. Beauvais. She eats, breathes, and sleeps this whole play for a month. So take her all summer off.